Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy that you could make it. It really warms my heart to see you guys back again. Today we will be talking about the frequently asked questions when coming to Jamaica, and I'm going to have a 3-part series, so look out for more videos along these lines. I've seen where a lot of persons have been asking certain questions that they would like answers to, and don't worry, I have the tea, so we're gonna get straight into it. What are the pre-testing measures put in place? You have the COVID test, obviously, health screening, and if it gets like really serious, you are subject to a COVID interview. They're gonna now ask you more detailed questions on how long you've had the symptoms, etc, etc, etc. But other than that, you give them the negative COVID test so they can see if it's approved and you're safe to travel. It's just 1, 2, and you're good. What tests allow you to come to Jamaica? They have 2 tests right now. It is the PCR test, it's the PCR test and the antigen test. Now these are the only 2 tests that are allowed. If you have any other tests, then you kind of can't come, or you have to retake it at the airport. But as long as those 2 tests are approved by the PAHO or the WHO or whatever other HOs that certify COVID testing, you're fine. Alright, so remember, only 2 tests allow you to come to Jamaica. What kind of information is asked on the COVID certificate? So I wrote it down, so I'm just going to read it off for you guys. So you have the name of the individual, the date of birth of the individual, the name and address of the testing facility, you have the lab credentials, the date and sample collection, type of test, type of sample, and then the test result. Now all of this information is on the Visit Jamaica website. If you want to go through that again, you're free to do so. I just wanted to make sure that I bring this information to you guys as a video, because you know you love to see my beautiful face. But yeah, everything that you need to know is on the site. Go visit that site. How long should the test be? It should be only 3 days old. It's valid for 3 days of your flight. So if your flight is on Sunday, you can take it on Thursday and still be fine. I said take it on Friday. Let it be 2 days old just in case, because I don't want nothing to happen to you guys, and I want you to have the smoothest transition from your place to our place. If I stay in a private residence, should I still quarantine? Now, I spoke ad nauseum in the other videos about quarantine, and I think I'm going to do a focused video on quarantine and isolation and the differences, and why, you know, quarantine is not as bad as some persons say it is. If you are in a private residence, then you still have to quarantine. It is stipulated by our government as a gift to you guys to say, yes, you do have to quarantine. Quarantine is for 14 days. There is nothing I can do about that if you're not vaccinated. But if you are vaccinated, then you can decrease those days to 8 days if you're fully vaccinated. Right? And if you decide that you want to be exempted altogether of the quarantine period, then you should take the PCR test and get a negative test as a result. Alright, so make sure that you look into that. But the travel authorization form does say that you have to quarantine. So I mean, yeah. What are the resilient corridors? Resilient corridors are just the areas stipulated by the government that tourists can move through freely, and it is from Negril Point to Portland Point. So it's the whole of the north coast of Jamaica. You can go around, you can explore, you can travel freely on those parishes, and then it's from Milk River, Clarendon, all the way to Westmoreland. So it's the whole of the north coast and then like half of the south coast. If you want, you can go on the site to see a map of Jamaica and all the resilient corridors, but I'm not going to go through that right now. I did just tell you what to expect. Alright, and if you are a business traveler, then you can just go to New Kingston and all those metropolitan areas. So yeah, that's about it. But that's a lot of parishes that you can explore. So if you see that you can't go to certain areas, just abide by the rules. What if a tourist turns up positive in Jamaica? If you get COVID, God forbid that will happen to you. And I've seen where people have come down more times than not. People come down and they go back up to their country COVID free, and they had a great time, and they could tell their parents, sisters, aunties, cousins that they had the best time in Jamaica. You have to still abide by the COVID protocols and all the measures put in place to ensure your safety and the safety of ourselves. But in the event that you get COVID, there are measures put in place to ensure that you are safely moved back to your country, and this is by means of Pacific Airlines, and we also have a medical evacuation route, which is serious. But what would happen is that you would tell us via the app, the official app, or call persons who have been contracted to carry out COVID health assessments, or health officer. They would be informed that you do have COVID, and they would then alert your flight that you're unfit to fly, and they'll put the measures in place to ensure that you are evacuated safe and sound. You go back to your country or residence and you quarantine there and they treat you there. But we're not going to have that happen to you, alright? But you know, just in case, I had to call out all the stops to ensure that, you know, this is a question asked and I have the answer. Where can visitors stay while they're in Jamaica? There is a long, extensive list of places. They have Airbnbs, they have hotels and other. You can stay there. There's a long list on the official website that you can check out, as well as car rental places and tour guides. They won't put anything that will put you in danger and put you at risk of getting COVID. Alright, so you can go there and just enjoy yourself. If you're in the Grill, if you're in Ochi, if you're in Mobay, if you're in Kingston, if you're in St. Elizabeth, there are places that you should just check on the website and then book your stay. Simple, easy, plain. Guys, thank you for listening to me for this long. I really appreciate it, and this is where I'm going to leave you. So I hope you have a great day, great week, great month, great year. It does not matter as long as it's great. I really appreciate you guys coming and joining me for another video. We have more videos on the horizon, so stay tuned for that. If you have not subscribed already, please subscribe because it's free, and I love to see us growing and glowing. It's just something that warms my heart. And for my OG subscribers, thank you for joining again. I really appreciate you, and you don't understand how much you mean to me. So guys, check you out in the next video. Bye.